Levy on behalf of the Honorable Director General of the Civil Service Agency, Dr. Josiah L. Ducar Jr., and his able team, flanked by the Deputy Director General for Administration and Finance, Honorable Diane Omiayen. And very soon we have the Deputy Director General for HR, Honorable Smith. We have the PAO, Honorable Alfred Jose. Welcome you to the very, very special press briefing. Let me just give you the lineup before we proceed. We have the welcome recognition. We have special statements from Dr. Josiah L. Ducar Jr., Director General of Civil Service Agency. We'll talk more on the launch of the Civil Service, the CSA 5-year strategic plan and work plan. And we're also going to talk on the operationalization of CSA financial manual. And we have a media interaction with the Honorable Director General. Our announcement will be done by the Honorable Deputy Director General for Administration and Finance, Honorable Diane Omiayen, who we adjourn. So with much ado with the time, we want to press, we want to actually let you pay full attention, give the fullest coverage of this very auspicious press conference as we turn the mic over to the Honorable Director General for very special remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Honorable Omiayen, the Deputy Director General for Administration and Finance of the Civil Service Agency. You will already been informed that Honorable Darlington A. Smith is currently engaged. He might join us at some point in time. I have Mr. Alfred Rossier, whom all of you know. He is our PAO, the Principal Administrative Officer. I have here directors of directorates of the Civil Service Agency and other employees of the entity. Our precious and illustrious media. It's again a great honor and privilege to have you here in our conference room. As you know, the CSA is committed to the one government delivery, and as a matter of fact, CSA is rated very high when it comes to making sure that we use the official government platform, the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. But as you are aware, today is Wednesday, and so we are having this one here. I don't know for how long. We haven't had a press conference here. We always at NICAD, so it is understandable that we have to have this one today because of the magnitude and the critical nature of the activities that we are launching today. Having said that, I want to inform the public that the Civil Service Agency has reviewed, has drafted, reviewed, validated, and adopted 3 critical instruments. And this is a huge achievement. First, I have in my hand the Civil Service Agency's 5-year strategic plan. It has been validated and adopted. We now have a strategic plan to guide us for the next 5 years. And the strategic plan outlines clear and actionable roadmap for achieving the agency's mission of advancing governance reform, building institutional capacity, and transforming public service delivery in Liberia. Specifically, the plan aims to strengthen institutional efficiency and effectiveness, and they align CSA programs with the national development goals. It fosters innovation and sustainability in governance. It enhances stakeholder engagement and inclusivity, and builds a resilient and skilled workforce to support Liberia's public administration. This is our 5-year strategic plan. We also have the consolidated annual work plan for fiscal year 2025. This is our annual work plan that guides everything we are doing this year. And you know, the strategic plan, the annual work plan had to be delayed a little bit so that we concluded the arrest agenda for inclusive development to ensure appropriate alignment. And that's why we are presenting to you the adopted consolidated annual work plan and the strategic plan to also demonstrate the CSA's commitment to accountability and transparency as mandated by the president, and as we also see as normal in the conduct of government. The CSA has also adopted its financial management policies and procedures manual. This manual is consistent with existing financial policies of the government. It is consistent with it. This is just guiding us to make sure that we are not only compliant, but also that we effectively ensure prudent financial management systems in our processes. So these are 3 historic documents that today we want to announce. They have been adopted and they are going to guide all of our activities, our processes, and our engagement. As you know, this is critical for the Civil Service Agency because our role in the governance of our country is very crucial. We have about 105 now spending entities in our purview as far as human resource management activities, related activities is concerned, meaning that we work along with these entities to ensure that we effectively manage the human resource systems of their institution that will culminate in efficient and productive service delivery in our public sector. Having said that, and I want to take this time, I almost forgot, to thank the man on my right, Honorable Mianye, and his entire team for putting so much into the production of these critical policy documents. As a matter of fact, copies of these documents will be made available to the national legislature. It's our responsibility to do that. Will be made available to the office of the president because we have to do that. And will be made available to other relevant institutions. Honorable Mianye, I want to take this time to congratulate you and your colleagues. The Deputy Director General for Human Resource Management and Policy is not here, but they all work together. Directors, my hand is not long enough to shake yours, but I mean, just take it from all of us, you know, but I want to thank all of you. I know it was tough during those days, those weeks, and I demanding you to complete meet your timelines, you know, and no joke about it. Sometimes we stay in this very room 10 p.m., you know, 10:30 p.m. working, and sometimes we have to improvise. You guys, we got to get together and put money together and buy fuel when, you know, the electricity has gone. And I mean, we're doing this for country, and this is a sacrifice that we want to encourage everybody across our government to adopt, to institute, if we have to deliver on the mandate of the people and achieve the president's vision. Having said that, I want to also inform the public that we are all aware, as a matter of fact, that our daughters, sons, brothers and sisters in the MCSS school system sometimes protested the go-slow action of their teachers across the 27 Monrovia Consolidated School System schools. And They were protesting because volunteers, had to go slow, and this became a serious concern. It was not just their action did not just disrupt normal activities, but it created a major concern for all of us in government and Liberians as a whole. Students should be in the classroom and should not be in the street and should not be manifesting on behalf of their teachers. Whether or not it's the employed teachers or volunteers, it is the right of the children to stay in the classroom. It is the right of the government to ensure that those who provide services are catered for, their well-being is taken care of. When the protest action happened, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Education, the Civil Service Agency came together. We had consultations. We engaged with the MCSS management. We engaged with the Faculty Representative Council. We engaged with all the stakeholders concerned, the board. And at the end of the day, we reached the agreement or understanding that the Civil Service Agency should immediately conduct a full-scale personnel verification and payroll audit of the Monrovia Consolidated School System. While it is true that submitting the names of hundreds of volunteer teachers is important, but it is also prudent for us to verify those volunteer teachers to make sure that they are indeed teachers who are in the classroom and providing volunteer services. So on that note, based on that agreement, the CSA put together a package to conduct the full-scale verification and payroll audit exercise. As a matter of fact, we engage our employee status regularization project team engaged with the management of the MCSS yesterday. The engagement went very well. Everything is in place. The exercise is beginning today. I'm very pleased to let you know that as we hold this press conference, we have 3 teams that have been deployed across the 27 schools, and I will give you a little breakdown of that deployment. So a total number of 27 MCSS schools are expected to go through the verification exercise with an accumulated total number of 977 GOL employees and 604 volunteers. Volunteers as reported to the CSA, with an estimated number of 250 persons to be processed at each verification venue. So the following schools were selected as verification venues. We have the Tubman High School, that's the William V.S. Tubman High School, and all schools within the surrounding area will converge at the William V.S. Tubman High School. And the schools concerned are the William V.S. Tubman High School itself, the Mary Brownell Junior High School. There, it is estimated that we have about 30 employees and 26 volunteers. The A. Glenn Tubman Memorial, that's A. Glenn Tubman Memorial School, it is estimated that we have 49 employees and 9 volunteers. I'm saying estimated because we are now going to verify. The G.W. Gibson High School is another verification center. The schools within the vicinity of the G.W. Gibson School include the G.W. Gibson School itself, the Loma Quarter Elementary School. The G.W. Gibson School is estimated to have 59 employees and 24 volunteers. The Loma Quarter Elementary School is estimated to have 24 employees and 9 volunteers. The Monrovia Demonstration Elementary School is estimated to have 38 employees and 16 volunteers. The CDB King Elementary School is estimated to have 21 employees and 18 volunteers. Newport Junior and Senior High School, that's another verification center. Schools within that zone or vicinity, if you like, are the Newport Junior High School itself. It's estimated to have 33 employees and 45 volunteers. The C.W. Bromskane Elementary School is estimated to have 41 employees and 18 volunteers. The Slipway Elementary School is estimated to have 14 employees and 14 volunteers. Monrovia Central High School is estimated to have 15 employees and 12 volunteers. The More Than Me, estimated to have 3 employees and 21 volunteers. That's tricky. 3 employees, 21 volunteers. The NV Massaquoi Elementary and Junior High School has 38 employees and 27 volunteers. So you see why the verification is critical. It's very crucial. The Anna F. Wisnett School has 35 employees and 15 volunteers. Then we have the Boswen School. And the schools within that vicinity, as I've mentioned, include the Boswen Junior and Senior High School, and it's estimated to have 27 employees and 23 volunteers. The Abedu Bensi Elementary School is estimated to have 21 employees and 23 volunteers. The Moses K. Weaver Elementary School is estimated to have 29 employees and 9 volunteers. The Mavi Sony Elementary and Junior High School is estimated to have 52 teachers and 15 volunteers. Verification is needed just by looking at those numbers. The D12 High School, all neighboring schools will assemble at the D12 High School, and that's the vicinity of that school. To begin with, the D12 High School itself is estimated that 43 employees and 21 volunteers are there. Point 4 Elementary School is estimated at 49 employees and 18 volunteers are there. St. Paul Bridge Elementary and Junior High School is estimated at 47 employees and 17 teachers are there. Let's forget about the irregularity in the numbers. But this is just the elementary and the junior high school. It has 47 and then employed, and then has 17 volunteers. Verification is needed. So Rebecca J. Wilson Elementary School and the schools in the vicinity of that school is on the old road. It's Rebecca J. Wilson Elementary School itself. That's the elementary school. The elementary school has 38 employees and 28 volunteer teachers. Gaytown Elementary and Junior High School has 40 employees and 16 volunteers. The Matadi Community Elementary School. So, following the completion of the 2 schools, that is the Matadi, they are situated at Matadi. They are both at the Rebecca J. Wilson Elementary School and the Matadi School itself. The team will move to the Matadi Community Elementary School. So meaning that the team that's responsible for that zone will be roving, will move around from each of those 3 schools, from school 1, school 2, school 3. So they all will not assemble. That's the idea. Instead, we will move to those vicinities to conduct the exercise in those schools. So additionally, schools located in Pipeline and Chocolate City will remain at their respective locations, just as the Matadi situation. However, their verification exercises will be at Allen Bryant Memorial and the Pipeline Junior and Senior High schools. So reporting for those schools, interestingly, Allen Bryant has no employee. Allen Bryant has 38 volunteers, no employee, 0 employee. The Pipeline Junior and Senior High School has 55 employees 20 volunteers. So during the exercise, and before I get to that exercise, because today we are launching 2 exercises simultaneously. It pleases me to inform the public that for the first time, the Civil Service Agency has received a request from the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, NAFA, to move in and conduct personnel verification and payroll audit of their institution. This is quite laudable. We haven't seen this on the part of any state-owned enterprise, to see that the government's arm or functionary that's responsible for human resource management will open our doors, come in and help us. We don't want to pay thousands of dollars to private entities. We don't want to outsource it. We don't want to put burden on government. Yes, we will support the process. We will provide lunches and so forth and support you. That would be quite minimal and very minute in terms of spending as compared to outsourcing that to a private entity. So we want to congratulate NAFA for the step taking. I think this is the opening of the corridors into the state-owned enterprise sector. And we want to say that we are very open to other state-owned enterprises. You just need to make the request and we will be at your service. So we have also, as we speak to you, we have also deployed the head of that exercise at NAFA. Is our principal administrative officer who is taking charge of that, but working along with the broader employee status regularization team, which is headed by the director of our research, monitoring, and evaluation directorate. So the 2 exercises are going on today simultaneously. Our teams have already been deployed. They have commenced. They are working with those entities closely to carry out the verification and personnel audits. So to begin with, we prepared a consent form. That's one of the newest aspects we've integrated in our employee status regularization process, a consent form. You, the employee, now you will have to give consent for us to verify you. That is to ensure you are counted, to ensure that your credentials are scanned, match with what we have in the system, that your national identification number is, or ID is scanned, match with what we have in the system. Because when we're putting you on the payroll, we also collected your national identification card, we have it in the system. Your appointment letter is scanned and matched with your credentials in our system. And our system also has a deduplication system that is integrated, meaning that if you exist as an employee during the verification process and your name is Josiah F. Jokai Jr., if we put Jokai in, because Jokai is not just a unique name or common, it's going to bring up the Jokais. And we will definitely ask you which are the Jokai. They say Paul Jokai, they say James Jokai, and we verify. But we might not even ask you, just asking for formality, because all the information you provided for us is going to bring up your entire employment status to tell us everything about you. So that's how our system works. And our system speaks directly to the payroll, to the centralized payroll. Meaning that once we put in your name, it's going to bring up your entire payroll information. Yes. So we will ask for letters. We will ask for national identification cards. We will make sure that you provide your credentials. Because the good news is that we have a credential verification team that is also sitting there to verify your credentials when they are scanned. and sent to our repository in our system. And the reason why we are doing that, we now have to reclassify everybody who are not in their appropriate positions. You have to be reclassified. At the end of the day, it's going to be a major recommendation the CSA is going to be making to reclassify people. So we don't want square pegs in round holes anymore going forward. Yeah. And you cannot be an accountant and then we find you to be an engineer in an engineer position. No, that's misplacement. It's just a classic example I'm giving. Because in that kind of case, we immediately recommend reclassification. And you cannot have less than a master's degree and you are sitting in a director position. We will have to recommend reclassification. That's an example of what we're talking about. So we have already received the approved copies of employees of those institutions. We have received the payrolls. We asked for it for tax review purposes. We received all the documents. We have already done our tax reviews before deployment. So we have some idea of who is where, and you will come to authenticate that during the verification process. But during the process, we'll also be covering those who are on annual leave, those who are on steady leave, those who are on maternity leave, those who are on sick leave. There are some people who have been on those leaves forever and ever. Some of them 3 years, but they are still on the entity's payroll. Those people, you are sure what's going to happen to them. You can imagine when we did the nationwide employee status regularization, you know what happened to all those people. Yeah, so those people definitely at the end of the day, we're not going to recommend. We'll only be informing the entity that we have already cleared those people up. We've taken them off the payroll. We don't need no further discussion on that. Once we establish that indeed you have abused those rights, we will get you off the payroll. So I just want to inform you that the CSA is undertaking these two major initiatives today. Very critical in our governance process. The good thing is that we will be making rounds with this exercise after MCSS and NAFA. We are strategically going to, we are going to pick like 2 other institutions simultaneously will do it. We're going to do it until we can complete all of the spending entities. And in the process, if any state-owned enterprise invites us, we will take them on along with the entity from the spending entity sector. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we want to thank you for coming to cover this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a special statement from the Honorable Director General of the Civil Service Agency, Dr. Josiah F. Jr. So we come to the section that says media interaction. We, as the Director General stated earlier, we right for a year will be going out. He will be going out with his team to both MCSS and NAFA. So we want to restrict our questions to not more than 6. Not more than 6, please. Call your name and then your institution.
So thank you. My name is Ivan Kama from Global Dream TV and Radio. I want to talking about the SSI in Moscow County for the volunteer teachers. And so I also want to know what are you going to do across the other counties in Liberia.
Okay.
So one at a time, we just go through 2
Okay, take one at a time.
One at a time.
Okay. Yeah, so funny. Thank you. That's a critical question. But I'd like to inform you and the public that I'm exceptionally glad for that question because they need to know what's happening with volunteers in other sectors. Right now, the government is working with the CSA seriously. Take, for example, the health sector. The health sector, the government made some money available for us to be able to take a good portion of volunteers this year in the health sector. So they are working with the CSA to implement that. How they're doing it? The county health officers and their teams have compiled the list of volunteer health workers, some of whom have been volunteering for years but have not gotten on the payroll. So those documents and the data is with the Ministry of Health right now. They are vetting, they are verifying. Even this morning, I just spoke with the Deputy Minister for Administration. She needs support from CSA. Some of our people have to go there, our analysts have to go there to help them with the verification process. They just made that request to me this morning. So, yes, there are processes on our way per entity to accommodate volunteers. With the Ministry of Education, you heard the minister when she appeared her last appearance at MICA. If any of you were there, you will agree with me. She said that, in fact, she was specific with the number. I don't want to call the number here because I don't have it off the top of my head, but she gave the number. She said what? Okay, you can imagine that she said they are starting with 2,000, right? They are taking 2,000 now. So what she said there was planned and discussed in concert with CSA that periodically we will be taking volunteers. So across the country, we are going to be taking volunteers and people who have been providing critical services, you know, in the different sectors, especially health, education, security, agriculture. We want to be doing that. I'll give you an example in the agriculture sector. Did you know that for the past 6 years, we were paying agriculture extension officers, district agriculture officers, DAOs, but many of those people, significant portion, didn't exist. Didn't exist. So the top up that the government is doing in those critical sectors, we work with the Ministry of Agriculture to use part of it, their portion of it, to hire agriculture extension officers. Imagine those places never had those people to carry out the mandate of the sector. How could we have succeeded with this whole idea of, you know, self-sufficiency, you know, food production, and so forth, livestock management? How could we have done that without those specialists across the country? I can tell you, as Director General, we have just employed 73 agriculture extension officers working with the Ministry of Agriculture. We are in the process of reviewing what exists, the actuality, to see how we can bring on district agriculture officers. So everyone who has been contributing significantly, and without being on the government's payroll, we are not just bringing people on the payroll for bringing them on the payroll sake. Otherwise, there will be no verification and vetting exercise at the Ministry of Health as it's happening. We just get a list from the county health officers, dump them on the payroll. You know, agriculture, get a name of people, dump them on the payroll. Education, just go and collect 2,000 names, dump them on the payroll. But look at what the Ministry of Education is doing. I have a letter in my office, the minister was asking us for a whole team to work along with our team to go across the country. After the ministry had received the data of volunteers, we are now going to verify if those are actual volunteers and working in those places. So yeah, my brother, it's a critical question. I just wanted to let you know that the government is doing something seriously about that.
Thank you, Honorable Tuka. My name is Delton Gordon. I report for Flames TV Africa. Let me first say congratulations on your launch today. The work and strategic plan has been launched. Let me say congratulations. I'm more concerned about this NCSS thing. Yes. So particularly today you begin an exercise at MCSS schools. My question is, were there prior notice sent to those schools for those who are to be verified, be notified of your action 1? And 2, how soon do we hope to see it? Because sometimes you hear the teacher say, I was not informed, I was not there when they did it. So that's my question. Thanks.
My brother Dolly, it's being a packed process. we started with officially communicating with MCSS following the decision by the three of us, Minister Kafuan, Dr. Jala, and Dr. Joka sitting here. As a matter of fact, just yesterday I received my diploma, PhD in industrial organizational psychology from other universities in the United States. I'm really excited about that. I'm digressing a little bit because this is touching and emotional for me. I lost my mother-in-law week before last Thursday. She was an engineer, 5 years pursuing PhD. She helped me and my wife raise our 3 boys. She was a support system to us. I compare her to my mom, who brought me forth biologic. She was everything. We lost her. And so I'm dedicating this degree to her. It belongs to the Joka family, but I'm dedicating it to my mother-in-law who passed. So the 3 of us got together and made a decision. And we agreed that the first step we take is to talk to all the stakeholders, to calm the students down, and to encourage the teachers to go back, employ and volunteer, and stay in the classroom so our children stay in the classroom, which they did. The second thing was, what can we do to fix the problem? Should we just go and collect 700 plus people who have been deemed to be volunteers and just throw every one of them on a payroll? No. Let's go in and verify and make sure that these 700 people are legit. And it's easy for us to verify. For example, we are asking for the attendance records for January and February. If you're volunteering, we'll see. From the attendance records, we got it already. We got it, we already got it. We got it already, the attendance records. We're gonna verify, okay? If you were volunteering, you have a history volunteering with the entity. We've asked for those records prior. We have engaged with the MCSS management team very closely. We are working with them every step of the way. When we asked for the document, they supply everything. We had a formal engagement meeting and did something like an orientation of the entire process. We together with them broke up the 27 schools into zones, as I read to you. All these zones were not done by CSA. We didn't sit here to do it. Our team went there and sat with them. We broke it up into zones. So they are fully on board. There is total cooperation from both sides. So on the issue of when we hope to complete this, we said it's going to be in 3 weeks for report writing purposes and presenting the report and the recommendation. This is a professional work. It's not about moving object, one book or set of books from here this way. No, it is very meticulous. We are verifying credentials. We are making sure that people are in their right places. Those who are not are recommended. We are making sure that those who went on different leaves, studied, sick, annual, everything, who stay there forever, 3 years, and think now back that they are off the payroll. But some of them who are in the country recommend what to be done to them, you know, prosecutorial wise. Yeah, to do. So it's meticulous. It will take about 3 weeks, at most 3 weeks and a half. The report should be out. We will make it public. The recommendations will be out. And every sector institution that has a role in implementing components of the recommendation, we will work with them to ensure the scrupulous implementation of those recommendations. So we are working together in tandem very closely. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, DG. What I want this statement. I have two questions.
How are you holding?
All right, so thank you, DG, for the deliberation. For the record, I'm concerned about your 5-year strategy.
Yes, yes.
What are some key components contained in that? And finally, how will that impact the government, civil servants, or contractors?
Yeah, I glossed over that part, and I thought it was going to be long, but I got it. I'm glad you asked. So it's not me now keeping you; it's who's keeping you. So our strategic plan is closely aligned with the AARD, you know, the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, the priorities, the targets of the AARD. closely. And as a matter of fact, I indicated to you earlier that we had to delay the finalization of our strategic plan so that we had the arrest agenda concluded, adopted, and launched. We did not want to miss the priorities of the AARD. So they are aligned every step of the way. And I'll give you an example, institutional effectiveness. So our strategic plan lays out clearly that it serves as a foundational pillar, aligning with the AARD focus on governance and anti-corruption. So institutional effectiveness, how does that help with governance and anti-corruption? If we strengthen the various institutions of government, making sure that people not stealing time away, all right? You're not coming to work, but you are paid, government is losing, and there's no effectiveness, no efficiency, no accountability for your action. What we started doing recently, we started prorating salaries for people who don't go to work. Yeah. Unexcused absences, people, this clear. Right now, the analysis is ongoing downstairs, M&E, for the month of March. For the month of March, we'll soon be coming out with a memo. How much we want to save and who all salaries were prorated, and the HRs who delayed or deliberately refused to submit their reports, and the 10% deductions in their salaries. So we don't want to be doing this manually. Now, you know how we're going to do this? A few months from now, we're going to have the time and attendance system automated. We're going to have it automated. And it's going to be automatic. Because we're going to have a system, the AI camera, some of the institutions have it already, is definitely going to capture you, and you do your fingerprint. We have a repository where the report is generated. And if you don't come to work for certain times, automatic prorating of your salaries. So nobody wants to miss work. Either you resign or you take the job and do the job. You remember when we said, do your job, keep your job. We said, do your job, keep your job. So that's going to become a reality. When we do that, we will strengthen our governance and anti-corruption efforts. We're going to do that. So our strategic plan is committed to that, to the rule of law pillar, in that making sure that people are held accountable, and you know CSA is on record for holding people accountable for everything. And let me just say that we just wrote the National Bureau of Concession, informing them to immediately suspend 9 employees for 1 month without pay, and that those employees, before they return, they will have to write each of them individual letters, recommitting that they will never do it, and if they did it, they will be definitely dismissed summarily. Those employees held press conferences. A group had a press conference disrupting the normal activities of the institution. Another group had press conference with counterclaims, and ask me where those press conferences were held. Right inside NBC at the headquarters with the management team there, and those press conferences are going on, employees are doing those things. Those are behaviors unbecoming, in keeping with Chapter 4, Section 2.2 of the Standing Orders. So they will suspend those people without pay for 1 month. And we have launched investigation. Leading that investigation is Attorney Dennis Swa, who is the Director of Legal Affairs of CSA. She's right here. From this press conference, she is proceeding downstairs to the examining committee. The entire examining committee is joining Attorney Swa to go and conduct the investigation. And that investigation results will also be made public. We will make it public. We will implement the recommendations. So these actions, that's just a classic example, these actions are going to support government efforts broadly in strengthening governance and anti-corruption efforts and ensuring the rule of law across our government. Innovation and research. This aligns with economic transformation pillar. Okay? CSA. We always speak data. And you guys in the media, you know that CSA speaks data. We make all our decisions from informed position. We make data-based decision. We don't just consider here among ourselves and say, yeah, I think if we check Ministry of Education, that 10,000 employees. No, we don't do that. We go there, we make sure, look at our annual report. You saw our annual report, and people say, Joker, like he praises some of the kind of work that the CSA does. Not because I'm the director general, but see our annual report. You can read our annual report without asking anybody in CSA. Our annual report lays out the data, gender representation, and what that means, what implications does it have for our workforce. It talk about age distribution. What implication does it have for our workforce? Look at our annual report. It makes all the analysis. This year is a year of automation. We are automating our employment system. We have already automated the testing system, which will come and run a mock exam, meaning that we'll open it up to the public so that people can book online and in person, come and do the test, but the result will not count because we want to test the efficiency of the system. After 3 weeks, then we formally open it, people start coming out and writing the test. That's how you do it, So now we want to do our performance management system, we automate it. We automate the employment system. The time and attendance, we're automating it. I said that initially. So we want to make sure that those systems are automated this year and that we are set to go. It will streamline our processes. It will ensure accountability and transparency. So innovation and research, CSA is already there. And our strategic plan clearly outlines that. Sustainability and resilience. So paper-based versus automation. What is resilient? Which system is resilient? The automation, the automated system is resilient. It's sustainable. So if Joker is not here as Director General, when you come here, you will take him as Director General, you will have to tell the Liberian people why you are undoing the automated employment system. You have to account to Liberian people why you want to undo it. Because you got to come and fit in the new system. If you don't fit in it, it will boot you out. The system will boot you out. You want to do anything wrong or to undermine the system that is in place, it will boot you out. But if it is a paper-based system, anybody coming here after me can just undo anything. But an automated system, you have to make sure that it is even consolidated, it is strengthened. That's what we're trying to do. Our strategic plan considers that. And that is consistent with our environmental sustainability and economic growth pillar of the AAID. Capacity building. We want to do something about it. And in this public manner, I want to say that this is critical. We have established a trapdoor, that's a tripartite arrangement between the CSA, the LIPA, and the Governance Commission. Governance Commission is responsible for function and mandate and institutional development and reform of the government. CSA is responsible for all the HR activities. And then LIPA is responsible for capacity building. So the three of us have to work together. Multi-sectoral approach. We signed the MOU. We have developed our work plan. Now with the work plan, we are coming to roll out all the aspects of capacity building, human resource transformation, function and mandate of entities to make sure that it works, but we can't do it in isolation of each other. We have to make sure that we work together as a team. So our strategic plan clearly states that in the capacity building component, which is consistent with the human capital development, pillar 6 of the AARD, and economic growth pillar of the AARD. So stakeholders engagement, it bridges the gap in governance. We have to talk to each other. We have to align when we're recalibrating, solving the problems that we inherited. You know, the entire government took over an abnormal system. What the previous administration left for us was an abnormal system, I repeat that. So it's like we are remaking. It's like we are starting everything all over. That's what we're doing. Many people don't see it that way, but that's the fact. Nothing normal we inherited. Nothing normal. It's like remaking the country. That's what we're doing, and I'm glad we're doing it. I don't regret saying that. That's the reality. Yeah. Finances were zero. Capacity zero. Nothing. They didn't leave any capacity for us. Many of the people well, look at our analysis. You have 6,000 people who are in critical position who only have high school certificate. Go up to our annual report and see our data, or go to our website, download and see the data. You get 9,000 people with no document. They are in critical position. That's the kind of thing we inherited. And we're working to fix it. You think it's going to be overnight? No. That is a serious problem. And I think so far, inheriting that kind of broken system, and for us to come this far with the transformational process, then we're making significant progress. So when you ask about how our strategic plan aligns with the AARD, I will tell you it's 100%. And AA was doing a DNA test to prove that it was shown at a 9.9% result. Yeah, because our strategic plan directly mirrors the AARD. And if there is any government entity whose strategic plan, that is if I ought to have strategic plan. I'm not saying they don't. Some have, some don't. Some have, some don't. Yes. And the ones that have, and if you were to take the CSAs too, you will realize that the CSA DNA is exactly that of the AARD. Yeah. So this is it. It's written also. I'm not just speaking from the top of my head. So I hope that addresses your so thank you, my friend.
So we will just one or two. If that's the
You can't force the people to ask questions that I have. Sir. So maybe we can take in here ice initially?
No.
Okay, so we can take in and we go.
My name is Warren Sama, and one of the whole team. As per your record, what is the total number of volunteer instructors or teachers in CSS?
Okay, so they sent us initially when they wrote requesting us to place, because we received a formal letter from MCSS to place volunteer teachers on the payroll. It was a little over 700 that is submitted. But when we asked for the submission of the listing, now we have 604. We have 604. So it's going down little by little. So I'm sure when we are done with the verification process, I can tell you where it's going to be. But I just want to say this to anybody who is claiming to be a volunteer teacher at MCSS. If you are not a volunteer teacher, don't go to any of the centers. It's better not to be embarrassed or disgraced. Don't go there. If you are not a volunteer teacher, don't go there. Don't lie. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't go to any of the verification centers. Because we'll pick you up. And we'll tell you that you are not. And you have not been volunteering. So I advise, don't go there if you are not a volunteer teacher. I do understand the plight of the actual volunteer teachers. And I can assure that government is ready to support them. But those who are not volunteer teachers, those who were involved in some political gimmicks and wanting to use our precious children to achieve their selfish and political aims, that was enough for you. At least you achieved something. For one day, you got the children out of school. For one day, you disrupted normal activities at those schools. But you will not be allowed to disrupt our activities anymore. Because you come there, you are now a volunteer teacher, we will pick you up and will not just tell you go, you'll be prosecuted. That is criminal. I also want to indicate that when we did our desk review, the DDG, Malva and the PAO don't want me to say this, and some of the directors, and for me, no, I want to say something, I say, yes, we already identified some of the so-called volunteer teachers who are teaching. They are employed with some other schools. We already identified some of them just from our tip. Yeah, we just put them in our system and to the payroll, and we got them. We got some of them already. We know you. Whatever now you come to the process, we'll call you because we got your details. So those who we have not picked up yet, the process is going on downstairs. We are still verifying, matching the listing that we got against our system. Those we pick up will continue. So I just want to advise you, if you are not a volunteer teacher, don't go you must appreciate being nice. I'm being very nice to alert you because you guys wanted me to keep it secret. So you come there, we catch you. But I'm being very nice. You should thank God for me. I'm being very nice. Don't go to those schools. Don't go to be verified. Just stay off now, completely going forward. Because you are not a volunteer teacher. We'll pick you up and you'll face the consequences. So I think that was the final question. DDG, I turn it over to you.
Thank you so much. So we invite Honorable Daniel Niayi.
Thank you, DJ. You know, Josiah Jokai will make us to do PhD before. So back to Josiah Jokai.
Where you want to do your PhD? In psychology?
I'm still even thinking what I would be.
Some people call it permanent head damage.
Dr. Josiah Jokai, Director General Civil Service Agency. Members of the Civil Service Agency team here, our media colleagues, would like to use this moment to extend our deepest sympathy to Director General Civil Service Agency for his loss. On behalf of the civil servants of Liberia, we want to say take heart. Our sympathy for the loss of a mother-in-law. Every time you speak, you show that you are very close to your mother-in-law. We also want to again say congratulations for your PhD, Dr. Josiah Jokai. Today, the Civil Service Agency successfully hosted a press conference highlighting important updates, our 5-year strategic plan, our annual work plan, and our financial management manual, as well as activities with the Monrovia Consolidated School System and NALFA. We want to extend our sincere thanks and appreciation to our media team, for those of you who attended the press conference, and we want to say thanks to the Director General. For those of our Liberians, fellow Liberians who are following online, we also say thank you for the level of support as we continue to serve people through the Civil Service Agency. Thanks for coming.
Hello to everyone. This is Focus on Liberia live broadcast. We're present at the Focus on Liberia is going live in the conference room of the Civil Service Agency, where Director General Josiah Jokai has come out to line out 5-year strategic and work plan.
Right. You okay?
So I want to say thanks for watching. My name is Gwendolyn Dorado.